Just imagine if we had got the whole cancer system wrong. Just imagine if all of this time we've been searching for genes and gene mutations, only to find out that it's a metabolic disease and it starts in the mitochondria instead. Well, imagine no more. That's the reason this many people have died so far this year. Cancer is not a genetic disease. Now, let's hear from the professor. I give you Professor Thomas Seyfried.
They're saying the cause of cancer is genetic. In your case, you're just saying that genetic changes happen as cancer develops.
Yeah. I mean, they come down. So the cancer cells are throwing out what we call reactive oxygen species. So if the mitochondria are abnormal, oxygen comes in, and instead of serving as an acceptor for electrons to generate ATP, they form these ROS, reactive oxygen species, which are like metabolic bombs. They destroy the proteins, they destroy the DNA, they cause mutations in the DNA, they cause abnormalities in the lipids, and they kind of just disrupt everything, right? So the mitochondria become damaged, they produce ROS. ROS are carcinogenic and mutagenic. What does that mean? It means that the abnormal metabolites, these ROS coming out of the mitochondria, are causing the mutations as downstream effects in the nucleus.
They're causing downstream effects. Downstream effects. The effects are downstream. The problem in the nucleus is a downstream effect. It's a downstream effect, not a cause of the disease. How can we get it through to people's thick skulls?
As downstream. So yes, when you look under big gene sequencings like they do down here at the Broad Center or wherever these big gene sequencing, they find thousands and millions of genetic defects in the nucleus of tumor cells. And precision medicine says we need to focus on those unique kinds of mutations to try to manage cancer. That's crazy. They're all downstream stuff. And you can see why we have 1,600 people a day. They're not dying from cancer because these therapies, precision medicine, all this kind of stuff you hear about, it's not working because it's based on a flawed theory. And in this paper here, Dr. Christos Giannopoulos, world leader in mitochondrial energy metabolism.
You can read this paper at metcancer.com. Can the mitochondrial metabolic disease theory explain better the origin and management of cancer than can the somatic mutation theory? Now, if you actually read that paper, you would be stupid to think that it was a genetic disease. You would be absolutely stupid to think that it was a genetic disease once you've read that paper.
And I compared and contrast the view of cancer as a genetic disease or cancer as a mitochondrial metabolic disease. And it becomes clear to everyone within a reasonable level of education and functional brain cells.
A reasonable level of education and functioning brain cells.
That cancer cannot be a genetic disease, period. Okay? Period. It's not a genetic disease. Yet, people would say, how is it possible you can say that when I go down to all the top cancer centers and they're all telling me that it's because they don't read the scientific literature. Either they don't read it or they don't understand it or they don't want to know about it.
What about these people? But they want to know about it.
So what am I supposed to do about that? I mean, I'm telling you what's going on.
That'll do it for today. Please like the video if you did. You can join our community at metcancer.com/forum. Now do yourselves a favour and watch this video.